Hey YouTubers, friends, family, shirkers, lurkers, workers. We're at the Agrodome in Rotorua. This is going to be our activity this morning before we start heading home. So bear with us, and we're a little bit early, so our adventure doesn't start quite yet. So we'll bring you back when it's about to start. Alrighty guys, we're just going into the little auditorium. Have a look at all the sheepies. And look what we've got on the right here. Shaun the sheep.
Yeah, that's one.
Shaun the sheep.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. It's very cool. No, I don't need to be in there. Thank you. This is what wool straight off the animal feels like. Put your phone away. You can feel the lanolin oil in it.
Yeah.
That's Shaun straight off the sheep. You can feel your fingers.
Yes.
Now rub your fingers, you can feel the oil.
Yeah.
That's that little tube that you're looking at for $8 is lanolin oil. It's extremely good for the skin.
Very nice. Look, the one I will buy later more.
And then along here we've got all the sheep. Hello guys. Eyes closed, not even worried. They're so used to humans. Hey guys. Hello. Come on. Rub his nose. He's looking to see what you're up to. He's alright. Hey sheepy. Hello. Hello. What you doing, eh? What are you doing? He's scratching his foot. Hello. Hello. His foot. What's the matter with your foot? Eh? What's the matter with your foot? Feel your hands.
Yeah.
What you doing, eh?
Oh,
What you doing?
nice one.
Eh? You good boy? Eh? So nice. Well there.
Please put your hands together. Give a lovely warm welcome to Kite. That's wonderful. And what have you come to see today? Yes, you're on tour. Sheep. We're going to show show you a 19 metre man, you're going to see a light sheep
Stupid person.
one of our dairy cows being walked up here on stage, and towards the end of the show we'll have some dairy dogs up here as well, so you can see a little bit about what they do out here on the farm. Now, wherever in the world you have come from this morning, welcome along, it is lovely to have you all with us. Let's put our hands together for a reflection of the day. He originates all the way from Spain. He is all over the globe as the #1 breed of sheep in the world today. You can see there by that pink nose, those white feet. He's what we call the dry sheep. It's just as much at home up in high rocky mountain country as it is the hot flat plains. Now, how do we actually know that he's the #1 sheep breed of the world?
Where does it seem to go?
Look at that, it's whitish, kind of a softer silk, and the merino fleece gets made into the finest quality bean suits and ladies' garments. We don't take any lamb chops off this fella here. Speaking of lamb chops though, I'll make one to Romney here. Now the Romney is the #1 breed of sheep that we farm right here in New Zealand. They originate all the way from the UK. They're what we call a dual purpose breed. It means we farm for both meat production and wool production, and they usually give us a set of twin lambs in the springtime as well. Okay, we've got the #2 sheep breed of the whole world, Sterling the Corriedale. Sterling the Corriedale. Sterling. Oh, he's been a bit cheeky, isn't he? Might have to go and get a good hurry up, eh? All the way to the top, my friend. Come on. There you go. All of them. Man, must be an Australian sheep, eh? Oh, I found it on TV. I'll tell you what, he's actually a Kiwi sheep. One of the first breeds ever developed right here in New Zealand. He's a cross between a merino and a Lincoln group you see over there shortly. Okay, we're off to the borders of Scotland now, all the way over the other side of the world, and we've got Roman the Port Tester. Now, Roman here is claimed to fame. He's a very prolific breeder. This is 180% mapping in the season. That means 9 out of every 10 years of this breed will usually give us a set of twin lambs. Now, as we can see, no wool on his face, no wool on his legs. That's a pretty easy sheep to cheer. It's got to a #2 on the podium this morning. This little fella, he's fighting. Little Jimmy the sheep is also from the harsh highlands of Scotland. Now, this little sheep here, what are you doing, mate? Hang on, folks, I'll just get this fella back at his now a bit early. I don't think he reads script. Breakfast time. All the way you fellas in the front row, can you watch my sheep? You got it? Okay, thank you so much. Now we'll get back to old Jimmy now, like I was saying, another stuff right here. Hard as nails, this little sheep. I thought you were watching my sheep. Oh, mate, we're going to have to fire you fellas, I'll tell you, but let's get my round of applause about it. Okay, we'll change the script for the main areas here. Now, the Corriedale is actually another breed developed right here in New Zealand. They're a cross between the Romney and the Shetland. These guys are what we call an easy care breed of sheep here in New Zealand. One farmer's dogs can take care of about 3,000 of those with by himself, no problem. Okay, the cutest sheep of the whole day, here he is, all the way from Switzerland. We've got Sean the sheep, and that goes about it. Now, we've only had this breed in New Zealand about 5 or 6 years. You maybe still find them on small private properties, places like you around here. These guys are just an exceptionally friendly breed of sheep. They generally will follow you all over your property just like the head dog does. Okay, he's short, he's shaggy, he's sporting an awesome set of dreadlocks. We've got Abraham, the Lincoln. Now, look at those, pretty cool, mate. They're a little bit shorter at the moment, but they are. They used to let these grow out really long. Then they cut them off and they actually make them into boys and gowns for springs, believe it or not. Now, if you stick it to one side, you're up with your hot stars, and it just remind you of that. Justin Bieber, it's just like it. If you don't think it looks like Justin, we get a bit of a comb over, splitting it into Donald Trump, I reckon. Alright, now here we go, the first of our big breeds this morning, all the way from Texel in Holland. We've got Tex the Texel. Now, Tex is pretty much all about the meat. That guy is pure muscle in the 4 quarters, packed full of muscle in the 9 quarters. That sheep is pretty much muscle all the way through. It does make a pretty hard sheep, I have to say, very big and very big. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 breeds up together now. We've got Chip the Pigworth and Bruce the Dormer. Now, the Pigworth is very much a full-grown breed of sheep. These guys can grow around about 8 kilograms of fleece per sheep in a season. So quite a lot of sheep, I should say, for one sheep. And right next to him, little Rotorua, he's our second meat breed sheep of the morning. He comes all the way from South Africa. Now, old Bruce is also what we call a self-shedding sheep. As you can see, he grows his wool to a certain length, just falls out all by itself, which is pretty cool. When you don't have to worry about shearing him, so we don't have around on the farm. However, speaking of shearing, we go all the way here, right to the dry stuff. Now, this fella needs a haircut about 3 times a year. He's actually the #1 carnivore growing sheep in the industry. We might get to this, but we just find a little bit of shame. That fall out, that's falling out. Now, he's a bit short for the moment too. The dry spell is very strong, very resilient, very tough. Much like human here. We actually export this all over the world to places like Nepal and India where it's made into very high quality race and almonds. Here in New Zealand, though, it's a very expensive wool, so we always make sure to put it. Now, also brothers up now, we've got Samson and Aussie. Now, Samson here, the Dawson Horn, he's actually one of the oldest sheep breeds known to mankind. Another really special trait of this breed, they can actually land twice in one season. They can settle lambs in the springtime, and another settle lambs in the autumn. It's quite rare for sheep. Now, the big disadvantage of these guys, though, as we can see here, these red-wing mountains, it's pretty hard on shearers, pretty hard on sheepdogs, fairly hard on fences too, to be honest. There's a fair amount of wise I was training there, because they got the next together a few years ago. This fellas here, the poles, same sheep, all the same benefits. They were just able to read those horns out completely, which is pretty smart. So poles something meaning no horns. Now the Blues brothers, the Suffolk boys, Jacob and Albert. Now Jacob here, the Suffolk, very popular meat breed sheep used down his own. This guy can grow up to around about 150 kilos of live weight for a pretty big specimen. Also very popular around the world as well, America, Canada, even as far away as Japan. Right next to him, the South Suffolk. This fella just adds a bit more variety to our meat breed market here in New Zealand. He's actually a cross between the Suffolk breed and this little breed right here in the South End. Now here in New Zealand, as Kiwis, we have a great integrated sheep to this little breed of sheep. We first imported the South End from the United Kingdom many years ago. And we've pretty much been exporting the back meat in the tens of thousands every year, ever since. And the reason we actually do that, which I've covered is because of the sense of topic problem. It's actually one of the nicest Christmas things in the world. Okay, now last but not least, we've got a little located gobbler. Now this little guy, he dates all the way back to the Viking era. They created this breed on a smaller island called Gotland on the coast of Sweden. Mainly for his meat consumption in the early days. He does have a lovely soft flesh species as well. And of course, every family has a milk sheep. Here's ours at Agrodome. Good old Charlie Brown and Lake Rodney. Now currently in New Zealand we have around about 23 million sheep in total. About 30,000 or so of those are coloured sheep just like Charlie here. Quite hard to dye that wool in the other colour, doesn't have all colour very well. So it finds its way mainly to the outdoor clothing, like the those socks, things along those lines. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Agrodome and myself, we're proud to present to you our 19 breeds of red this morning. Thank you so much. Now here in New Zealand, we like to think we wear a little bit of a shearing uniform. The main thing is these double thickness denim pants here, which we call shearing jeans. Nicely padded up around here, helps us protect our legs from any prickles, bits of wire or wood, anything like that hiding away in the shoes. We also wear these funny shoes here, which we call moccasins. Now these are made from felt that others are going today. They can be made from leather as well. They have a twofold purpose. So one, they keep us nice and low to the floor, so we shear, we actually have to be over all the time. And they also help to stop us from sliding around too much on the boards, because the boards get pretty greasy over time from the sheep's wool. Now we usually wear slippers as well, we want to have plenty of freedom of movement for your arms. You want to be nice and cool and comfortable when you work. The average shearing day is about 8 or 9 hours of work. You're often working away in sheds, tin roofs, tin walls. Very, very warm environment, trust me, especially in the summertime. Now, as well as the clothing, we need some gear. You've never seen one of these, this is what we call a head piece. It's really just like a big set of headphones. Then if you go down the bottom and slide on the sheepskin, on top of that there you've got a smaller 4-tooth cut. That goes back and forwards at very much speed. Helps it cut nice and quickly and cleanly through the sheep's wool. Alright, so we'll pop that in there, we've got the clothing, we've got the gear. The only thing we're missing, of course, is a sheep. So which one of my sheep, ladies and gentlemen, would you like me to share for you this morning? Marina. See how big that sheep is? That's a big sheep, Marina.
Yep.
Oh, that's tough, you guys. The arena. Oh, fair enough. I get that. Guys, though, that's just a hand. Hands up then if you're ready to share the arena. Oh, okay. Look at people with your hands up. There's the rule. I'm just going to get that going. I'll get fine. Hey, I'll tell you what, I ain't got a little bit though. These boys do really good for the show. So luckily for us, over here behind us, we're very good. We do have a sharing sheet. Now what we're going to share this morning is probably what we might call a lonely sharing cross, something along those lines. She's an adult ewe, so the ewe is what we call an adult female sheep. Probably about 4 or 5 years old, has been shorn before a few times, never yet been on stage. So it's going to be a little bit of a new experience for her. We're going to get her out fairly carefully. Don't want to end up on anyone's lap down here, so it's going to make sure we're in fresh. Let's go again. As you can see, she's pretty determined to go. Just going to bring her over here. Say hello. Alright. Now, we're going to share the sheep today using what we call the boa method or the boa technique. It's a shearing technique that was created right here in New Zealand way back in 1950 by one of our very best shearers at the time, called the school Godfrey Bowen. Now, Godfrey Bowen, along with one other partner, was also the founder of the Agrodome itself as well, about 20 years later, in 1970. Pretty much every country around the world today that shears sheep, this is the main method you'll see you. Okay? It's nice and easy on the sheep. It's usually pretty easy on the shearer depending on the sheep, and it's nice and fast. But we're going to slow it down quite a bit today, just so you guys get a little bit better look at it, and hopefully get to get some photographs as well as we go through. So we're just going to pop the sheep before I start. Anyone feeling sorry for my sheep?
No.
Would you like to change the place? Sure. I'll give you a nice haircut. Always looking all worried now. It's okay. I have promised my sheep's going to fly. I haven't done this once before. I'm hoping second time around today is going to work again the sheep. Alright, now, so what we're going to do, we're just going to lose the sheep a bit, okay, so we can stay cool. And then we're going to get the sheep into position, and then we're going to get underway. So we're just going to pop it back here. As you can see, we're taking a bit of wool off the belly of the sheep here first, just so she's nice and clean for us on stage as we get started. We're going to pop her knee, get a nice little grip on her. She's probably going to be a little bit of a wriggler. We're going to go pretty much straight into the A grade free, so I'll try to talk you through a little bit as we go, just to keep you up to what we're doing, okay? We're going to reverse our hand piece basically, come down here, open up what we call the undermine. Just take it right over, go to the back of our sheep here. Just roll it down a little bit as we go. We want to get right over the tail line down. All the way up there. Now we come up taking the wool off the top of the head. Doesn't have too much here, this one. From here we can step up through our sheep. Get her into position between my knees and now we come up from our brisket. And all the way up underneath the throat here. Open that one up through here. Pop in here under that little bit of sticky wool there. There we go. Find our way back in there for another one up. Up to the base of here. Round the back of the head there. Now we're going to work our way down towards our first shoulder. As we do that, we're going to bring our sheep around a bit. In line with the machine. All right, there we go. My question is all cheap. Oh, how about that? I think that's it, Australia. She's going to be fine. Now, the best thing we can do from after shearing is to put them outside. They're going to get nice and belly full of grass. As they digest that grass, it warms them up on the inside out first. Over the next 24 hours or so, a little bit of nature takes place. So her skin actually thickens up just naturally, just to help compensate for the loss of wool in those first few days. It makes the hair that wool grows back, so just like your own hair, wool is growing all the time. That's why it's so important that we do actually shear our sheep. Otherwise, they will just get longer and longer and longer and not be even able to walk around after a while. Now, if I've been shearing the sheep in the wool shed, I probably would have made about $4 for that work. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it? But we don't get paid by the hour when you shear sheep. You get paid by how many sheep you can shear in a whole day. Once you've been working for a couple of years, it'd be pretty good if you're not going to be shearing about 300 to 350 sheep a day, 5 or 6 days a week. So it's not too bad a return on your efforts once you get up there. Now, sometimes when we are shearing our sheep, they tuck the legs up a bit, makes it hard to get the handpiece down around in here. We've got a magic little button in here, so you can find the right pop. 3, 2, 1, pop! Just pop that leg out, see? Pop! There it goes. They're actually just little pressure points, just like in your own body. Whack your knee and it jumps up. Same on the back, they roll those back legs up sometimes. Hard to get around the back here, so find the right spot. There you go. And again. There you go. And then you get around there, finish off all nice. Okay, she did pretty good. Never been on stage before. We'll stand her up, point her in the direction of the door. There you go. Look this way, there you go. There she off. There you come to your mates. All the way up there. Come back in 6 months' time, we're going to have another one. Oh, there you go. And the main style I shared that Kate was busy bringing all this wool over here. In our wool sheets, Kate is known as a wool mouse or a wool technician. Her job is to sort the A grade wool from the B grade wool. Now this is what B grade wool looks like. This comes off the belly of the sheep, around the crutch, around the behind area. Quite dirty, quite stained as you can see. It's in touch with the ground a lot, it gets dirty, it gets muddy. It's actually very hard to get this wool 100% clean, even with a lot of washing and scouring through the right machines. So it mainly finds its way to pretty low value clothing, like leg socks, things like that. Now on the other hand, we've got the nice fluffy white leg rate fleece. What we're going to do, you're going to throw this out. You just grab a little bit for yourself. Once you've got some, if you just chuck it back to the people behind you, that way everybody can get a little bit. Just rub it around in your hands, get a bit of a feel for it straight off the sheet. Promise it won't hurt you if it lands on you, okay? It's nice and soft, just like stone. Here we go. Here we go. Here you go, kids. Here you go, there. It's over that way. Here we go. There we go. It's up there. Oops, another way. If you just keep chucking that back, if you do, once you've got some, hopefully you might get a little bit there.
Very nice.
Got enough now back there. Now, once that's all that's making its way up there, well, that's some pretty amazing qualities to it too. One of those is it can actually hold up to 33% of the tail weight and moisture before it even starts to feel wet. That's why it's so good for our portfolio. If you're into hunting, hiking, tramping, anything like that, that's why you tend to wear a lot of wool overalls. Another great quality of wool is that you cannot set fire to it. It does smell good, but it doesn't actually burst into flames. Very good having your house is heating up and very fire resistant. Now another problem is that natural bounce of resilience. So if you scrunch that knife tight in your hand, open up your palm, you'll see it just bounces straight back to its original state. That's what makes it so nice to walk on. Now, how are your hands feeling? Boiling. Anyone know what that is?
Lanolin.
Ooh, very good. That's called lanolin. The natural sweat of the sheep's wool. Very, very good for your skin. It's made of all sorts of hand creams, cosmetics, moisturisers, lotions, you name it. Pop most of those out there in your gift shop, you can have a look at before you go home today. Now, here's a little tip for you. It's not most. Every day for the last 20 years, when I get up in the morning before I have breakfast, I've been running that one on my phone. 75 years old. It's amazing. Oh, but no, 41. So just imagine before you go home today, you make sure you go get some lovely nail product in that. Every day when you get home for the next 20 years, rub on your face. You too, you look just like me. No, don't look like me, trust me. But this is really, really good for your skin, that part's true. Now, once we get this off our sheet, you press it into what we call wool bales. We do that with a pneumatic, what we call a wool press. They weigh about 180 kilograms by the time we've compressed all that wool in there. You then load all those on the back of the truck and the truck is off to what we call an auction house. Because here in New Zealand, we still sell all of our wool through the auction system. Now, it's your lucky day this morning because we're actually going to hold an auction here this morning just for you guys. But I'm not going to sell you any wool. What I'm going to do is sell you one of my New Zealand sheep. So wherever in the world you have come from this morning, this is your chance to become a genuine New Zealand sheep farmer. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to be the auctioneer. You're all going to be my bidders. If you want to buy my sheep, you put your hand up and I'll bid. Or you can tweak your cap, pull your ears, scratch your nose, anything that gets my attention, and I'll take your bid. Now for payment, I do prefer cash. Don't want anyone to miss that, okay? If you're not carrying cash, it's okay. Happy to take your credit cards, your traveller's checks, okay? I'll even buy to you batteries, watches, phones, cameras. Alright? Only two things I don't trade, okay? Children and husbands. Anything outside of that, you're good to go. Alright, so it's going to start 25 New Zealand dollars, remember? You are bidding to buy yourself a New Zealand sheep. Your chance to become a Kiwi sheep farmer. Anybody want to get it up to $25? Who wants to buy a sheep? Anybody have money? If you said one get the money, $25, we're running down 50. You're in the same family. You have bid against each other? Great. Okay, 150 there, 200 already back this side. 200 on there, we've bid 200, anybody over here? Anybody bidding over here? $200 a bid down here now. Oh, you're going to get lucky today, there's no one else bidding. 250 in the middle there, 300. 400. 400 back there, that was easy. Okay, 400, we're going to go 5. 5 in the middle there now, back at 6. 600 now, into cell 6, 7, no, 8, 800, 8, 9. Oh, no, that's not a bit. 1,000. Okay, nonsense, stop bidding more. $1,000. We're going to sell. Go in, pretty short option. 1,100. 12. 12. Sold. Okay, here we go. 1,200. Okay, but what's the name? I'll give the money. I'll give the money. Okay. Grab Mum's wallet on the way up. Grab Mum's wallet, bro. Here you go. Here you go, Mum. Chuck that wallet over here. We got the money, man. I'm not giving that up. Okay, come on over here, mate. Don't be shy. Hello, what's your name? Israel? Okay, you shake hands, Israel. There you go. What country do you live in? New Zealand? Okay, whereabouts? Tambo? Oh, way down there. Okay, you come all the way. Okay, Israel? $3,000. Got any money? Any cash? No cash? Arms out. Arms out. You got a watch? No? You live at home? Or you lived at home? You got a credit card? It's time to get the water. Alright. Phone? Yeah. I'll bet. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well your mother's not playing ball, okay? So the $3,000 sheep was one of the top sheep here. Okay? Which one would you want to take home if you took $3,000? The Texel. Oh, the Lincoln. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, because you didn't have the $3,000 though, I can't really take the great big Lincoln. Okay? But I'm going to be really nice and I'm going to see you with the little baby Lincoln. Okay? Does that sound fair? Okay, so you come stand over here. Alright, where I can see you. Right there. That's it. Don't be shy. Okay? Now, do you all believe in magic, right?
Yeah.
Not very emphatic, is it? Do you all believe in magic? Yeah! Because it doesn't work if you don't, okay? Now, sir, in my spare time, okay, I'm a practicing magician, have been for quite a few years. And I've thrown quite a lot of my work today, but it's okay. Well, hopefully, now we're going to pop up here, we're going to see Mr. Lincoln first, okay? It's a very, very important part of it, because we have to get him to breathe on the wall. We want to put a Lincoln DNA on him. Okay? Now you want to pop back over here. Now, because we're making a sheet for you, you've got to have a bit of your DNA, so you have to blow on that wall a couple of times, okay? Like that. Okay. Alright. Okay, you ready? Now you all have to think magic, okay? I'm going to rub the wall. I'm going to say a little magic chant to myself as I do it, okay? But you just got to rub the wall, I'm going to rub the wall, I'm going to rub the wall. I'm going to rub it enough, long enough. Okay. So there you go. That's what you get for free, okay? Because if you have the $3,000, you've got to have the big one, but you get a free one instead. Okay? Now when you go back to Taupo, water's not lost, okay? Because look after him really well, and you feed him really well, when he does actually grow up, he'll look exactly like that thing over there. Okay? Good deal, eh? There you go, my friend. Okay, now that's enough about sheep. We're going to move on to the New Zealand dairy industry. Here in New Zealand, we've got 5.5 million dairy cows on average. 3 main breeds we use: Holstein, Friesian, Ayrshire, and Jersey. Now she's big, she's brown, she's an absolute sweetheart. Here comes Frankie Jr. Now Jersey. Thank you, Kate. Now I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to put Frankie on stage. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way by hand, okay? What do you think we're going to put in bucket number 1? Oh, exactly. Any ideas on bucket number 2?
Who?
Sit on. Good guess. It's a bit further back than that, though, guys, for number 2s, because we sometimes have actions on stage. Now, this part of the show is for adults only, okay? Grown-ups. I'm looking for 3 volunteers who've never milked a cow before, and you would like to try milking a cow by hand, okay? This must be grown up. Okay. Sir, in the middle, you hit your hand up twice, so you can come up. Yep. And again. 2 more. In the back there, sir. Yep. Try anywhere else. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here we go, that'll do us. Get you can come on those sticks here, that's the one. Get you to come and line up over the middle here once you're on stage. All the way up here. They jump up there, that's it. Line up here, so we can show you what to do first. Okay, you'll go this way. Go this way. This way. There you go. Just stand there like that. Perfect. Okay, you jump in there. Okay, sir, pop in there, hello. Now, have you ever knocked a cow before? Have you ever knocked a cow before? Okay, you're ready. No idea what I'm saying, but that's okay. You ever knocked a cow before? No? No. Okay, so we're going to put more on the practice. Okay, first thing first. Hands together. Not like to touch cow with all hands right, so we're going to nice little hands. Hold those hands up. That's good. Very, very good. Very good, sir. Okay. Okay, now when you go to Frankie, it's very important to give a nice pat on the shoulder, just to say hi, okay? Introduce yourself, and then when you go to milk, it's also just going to get the teeth between your thumb and your finger, squeeze together the top of the teeth, just keep your thumb and finger squeezed like that, okay? Real simple. You don't go like that, okay? Okay, good? Okay, so get you right there, get you right there, hello, Korea? Yeah, okay, hello, hello. Okay, New Zealand. Okay, okay, come on over. Alright, here we go. Now, nice pen, okay? Here you go, that's the one. You just pop down. So just run the finger, okay? Just nicely, pull the top down, squeeze down, put some of that grease, here you go, and into the bucket. Okay. There you go, look at that. Wow! Pretty good. That's the one, couple more. Never milked a cow before, he's going really well. Yay! Okay, let's give a round of applause. That's very good. Okay, hello. From Taupo. Yes, what's your name? Marie, come on over, Marie. Okay, yeah. Nice pen, okay? Ooh, very special cat. It's full of flavours as well. Strawberry, raspberry, lime, and chocolate. Oh, what's it there? Come back over here. All the way back here. That's all the way back here. Keep coming, keep coming. You want the chocolate? See, you pull down there, I get your chocolate over here. Any one of those down there. Oh, yes. Not too bad. We lost a little bit of pressure over this. Better. Oh, look at that. Wow. Yeah, pretty good, eh? Pretty good. Okay, Schools on that, I think this year we're going to teach teachers on the using the okay? So you take that home and you become a relief looker. Okay, there we go. Hello, sir. What's your name? John from? In New Zealand. Originally from South Korea. Okay, John, I'll just explain for you because you've been waiting a while. That's a nice pen. We just want to get nice little grip on that tea, okay? All the way down into the bucket. Oh, went over there. That's good. Okay, so here we go. Okay, into the bucket. There you go. Oh, the cow's trying to swipe your head off. Wait, are you getting the head? Are you getting it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow. Well done. shed at the end. Probably just enough for a cup of tea, well, you know. Maybe not. Nah, probably not worth thinking on too much. Okay, let's get Frank around the applause. Let's go around the applause. Okay, kids. Now, children. We're going to play a game now. I'm not going to tell what the game is to you on stage, because you're quite brave. But if you think you're pretty brave and you qualify as a child and you'd like to come up on stage and play a game, you can put your hand up. 1, 2, 3, down the front. 4. Any other kids anywhere? Yes, come on. We've got short old kids, so come on up. Okay, 5. Any other kids anywhere I can see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No other kids anywhere? No. Okay. Well, one more back up. Okay, one up over here, boys. One nice old line. Okay, there you go. There you go. Hop in there. Hop in there. You jump in there. There you go. You can hop in at the end again. Okay. Now I'm going to hand out the props and then I'll explain how the game works. Okay. So, hold on to one of those each. There you go. There you go. There you go. I know it's fresh milk. Fresh milk from Frank, okay? Now, 2 things we love to do in New Zealand, right? One, we love to play games, which we're about to do. The other thing we love to do in New Zealand is drink our milk, because it makes us grow up and strong. So you lucky people who have volunteered, you have come up to play the Great New Zealand Drinking Race. Okay? And how the Great New Zealand Drinking Race works is that I count to 3, and then you drink the milk down as fast as you can. We see who comes first, okay? But you've got to wait till I get to 3. Okay? Alright? What's wrong, bro? It's a bit dirty, actually. I'll clean that up. We don't want to make any germs, okay? Good as good now. Alright, ready? On the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now you have to go. There you go. Okay, pop the bottles down. There you go. There you go. The Great New Zealand Drinking Race. How about that, eh? There we go. That's the one. Yeah, well done. Great job. Here's the whole nice line. That's perfect. Perfect. Well done. Now these are the lands. These are all little baby Gotland lands. Just like this one on the end here. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Everyone will tell you what all the boys would have done. There you go, look at that. Well done. That's pretty fast, isn't it? Okay, we'll pop those back in there. That's the one. There we go. Well done. Okay, there's your bottle. There you go. We'll get you away there, guys. We'll just get back to get these off stage first. Here we go. Okay, hand these off you go. Now, these fellas are about 3 weeks old now. These are our next stage next for the next couple of months. As you can see, they're really lovely top. They get fed about 3 or 4 times a day. Out you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. Out you go. This way. Out you go, buddy. There you go. Okay, have a lovely big round of applause for our buddy contestants up here. Very great. We're still going up on stage. Now, mums and dads or anybody at all, anytime you're here today, okay, you're most welcome to take the kids out to the farm out nurseries. There's double doors over there. The land's over there. You can take them out there, get some photos, have a bit of a colour if they'd like to. Just got to get a bit of milk up here. You can see there's all the slip over with it. Okay, now we're going to move on to the part of the show that involves our New Zealand working dogs. Now, here in New Zealand, we use 2 different types of working dog. The first one is what we call a New Zealand heading dog. Going to bring on the show. Here we go, Doug. Right up, let's go. Good go. Right up. Okay, come on. Okay, now, this is Timmy. Come on, up. Now, she is what we call a New Zealand heading dog. Now, these dogs are actually derived from the early border collies that were first imported here in New Zealand nearly 150 years ago now. And those border collies came from countries like England, Scotland, and Wales originally. And our early New Zealand farmers, they decided to cross them with a couple of other breeds when they got here. One was the whippet to get a bit of speed and stamina, and the other was the pointer to breed a nice short coat. Those early dogs were pretty long-coated dogs. Now, when these dogs work, they don't bark. They just use their eyes, they just use their body to move around the sheep. Over there behind that little grey door, our shearing sheep was earlier on. We've actually got 3 more sheep waiting to come out on stage. I'm going to give you guys a demonstration. Now, unfortunately, on my last show yesterday, for you people in the front, it did go a little bit wrong. The sheep came out and was supposed to stay at the back of the stage. Before any of us could do anything about it, all 3 sheep ran over here and jumped straight into the audience. Thankfully, we're not quite as done as we'll get there, right? So we've got to get together over after 10 and come up with what we think is a pretty good plan. We need a big, strong guy to volunteer to stand up in front of you and be a sheep catcher for us this morning. Okay? Any big, strong guys that can catch sheep. You've got to be a big, strong guy. So you fellas probably don't even go to see over the stage. Okay? Any big, strong guys, don't be shy. I'll just nominate somebody otherwise. I'm looking right at it. You need that job looking at it too. Okay, Sid, thank you very much. Okay, here he comes. Okay, you Sid. Okay. Right, I think you're going to be pretty safe. What's his name? Chad from New Hampshire. Is that America? Yeah, good. Have you ever wrestled sheep before? Okay. Alligators or anything? Pumas? Grizzlies? Nothing like that? Okay. Good luck. Okay, now, first thing, arms up, because they're going to jump over here, so they're going to be huge. Now, it really helps if you can put on an angry face to try and scare them back before they jump. Give me your best New Hampshire angry face. Okay, turn around, show the audience, you're looking after. Okay, he's sick for business. Okay, here we go. Okay, check. You're all set to go. Okay, he's got his neck. Okay, guys, you need to help me count these sheep down. 3, 2, 1, all together, okay? Here we go, everybody. 3, 2, 1, sheep! Sheep on the attack. I've got ducks. Okay, never mind. I'll put that real sheep. Real sheep looks like my stage and heads on my trust me. So now I'm going to use the ducks. How about we get Jackie from New Hampshire? Big round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Can we go back to this? Okay, I'm going to show you how the ducks are used. We want it to be nice and safe for you all, obviously. So this is the best thing we can ever do. Okay, now as you see, the dogs just dying, the ducks up here. The main job of these dogs is to gather stock up. Okay, and it needs their name heading, so they get away from us, gather up the animals and bring them back to us. Then we can take them out of our gates and paddocks into our bushing yards. What do we want to do with them? So we'll send it to the other side. Over. Now, as you can see, the ducks just want to move away. They're not scared of the dog. Same as the sheep. As long as we keep a reasonable distance, it's just instinctive for them to move. Just the way it's instinctive for the dog to hold them together. There you go. Now, instinctively, these dogs want to keep the ducks, all the sheep between us and them. Right, sit, right there. And there you go, see? Very, very good at getting small mobs of sheep or fighting sheep, these dogs. As you can see, they don't distress anything to stop it. Okay, now I'm going to bring them up on this little photo and see a little bit of a photo shot outside there. Outside of it. There you go. Okay. Alright. There we go. Okay, now. There you go, there's lots of photo shot. Dog line up there. Now, just so you know, I'm not fooling you all together today. I promise 5 minutes after the show, we will actually work the dog outside on 3 real sheep. There's a dog trial area over by the statue of the border collie. You're most welcome to come over there about 5 minutes after the show finishes, and you can watch the dog work some real sheep outside, okay? Where it's nice and safe for you. Now, just watch your legs down the front there. Sometimes they do the watch something in the front row. We'll get them off before they do that. Here we go. Okay, little buggers. Go over to it. Steady. Here we go, good girl. Now, this is going to be pretty close to this dog's morning tea time. When she's looking at those ducks, so she's thinking about making chicken nuggets. So we're going to get the little ducks back to safety. There we go. Get them lined up there. Okay, little crackers. 1, 2, 3. You wait there, too. You go right. And go to the left. Here we go. There we go. How about that? Let's get them a little round. Here we go. Get the little faces for you. Don't forget, guys, about 5 minutes after the show, we're getting much tricky with outside if you'd like to do that, okay? Now, the other type of dog we use is also created right here in New Zealand, specifically for our farming conditions. And these ones are what we call New Zealand hunter waves. We're going to bring one of those up there. Okay? Here we go, Stormy. Come on, baby, let's go. This is big old goofy Storm. Storm, let's go. Big girl, come on, you can have your pants later. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Here we go, with your horse. Come on, let's go, Storm. Storm. Now, as you can see, she looks quite different, doesn't she? But believe it or not, this dog is also derived from the very same early border collies that took me to head dogs. But our early New Zealand farmers, they used 3 different breeds again in that ratio of these guys here. They were Labrador Retrievers, Harry Hounds, and German Shepherds mostly. A little bit of Rottweiler and 1 or 2 others along the way as well. Pretty easy to see all 3 of those dogs in there, isn't it? Now the reason for that, we wanted a dog that barked as well. So when the hunter-weight works, the hunter-weight works by using its noise. And we're going to show you how that works. There we go. Go. It's better. Any more? Okay, there you go. It's pretty cool, eh? That's when we use that great big bark out there on the farm. Now, as you can see, the sheep behind me are absolutely terrified. Now, sometimes when we bring a big box to our bush into the yard, it's the front that you get a bit teamed up, we can't get the back to move along. We can actually run dogs like Storm right over the backs of the sheep. They go all the way to the front, drop down, work their way back through the roots and form off the lobby. We call that backing here in New Zealand. I'm going to show you a bit of backing. We're just going to get Storm to pop out here. Actually, good old good. Just got to get these boys on their feet for this part of the show, okay? Alright, lads, we'll talk about this at breakfast time, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, stand up! Okay, maybe not. Do the old fashioned way, eh? So while I'm doing this, it gives you a chance to get your phones and your cameras ready anyway. I'm not going to take a video shot because the dogs will be moving. Okay, boys, let's go, come on. Get nice and fit. First one. Oh my goodness. Hello? Stay. Stay around. Are you still with us? Come on, come on, you big boys. Up the front. Come on, boys. Up again. Come on. Come on, Mr. Romney. Let's go. Up again, brother. Come on. Here we go. We're nearly there. Couple more, then we'll come back to Mr. Suffolk at the front. Come on, buddies. Up again, brother. Come on. Okay, just a bit. Right. Got your cameras on the go. Whatever you want to use. Phones. And I'm bringing a little dog called Stitch out to show you first, okay? Alright, Stitchy, here we go.
What's this?
Good, yeah, come on. Come on, go do your thing. Get on, Stitch. Wait a minute. All the way back. Come on, stay there. Good. There you go. All the way back. Good. There you go. Okay, there you go. One more time, get up. Come on, Jay. You guys can see over there. Sit up the top, good girl. Way you go, stay up there. Good girl. Okay, Jay, let's go one more time. Come on, let's go. Stay there, just stitch, good girl. Sit there. Okay, Jay, let's go. Get up. Hey, right. Good girl, there you go. One more time round. Okay, Storm, there you go. Back over. Come on, Storm. Good girl, Jay. Okay, get around there. Stay there, Storm. Get up, Jay. Get up. Get up. Good girl, there you go. Sit up there. Okay, stay there. There you go, there's a nice little photo shot for you there. Stay there, girl, stay there. There you go, the great New Zealand hunter. Hey, how about that? There you go. Okay, you can hop down there, good girls. There you go. Alrighty. Stitch is actually a cross between a hunter and a dog. We call it handy dog on his dog. Big old Storm, you met, and of course, Jade over there, she's getting pretty close to the time now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of the show this morning. Thank you so much for coming along, spending your time with us. You are now most welcome to come up on stage if you would like to. Get yourself some nice family photos in front of the rams. You're very welcome to pet the dogs and get some photos as well. Okay, so don't be shy. Come on, get yourself some nice photos to take.